Hey, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
It's good to be here.
It's good to have you here. I remember you were here a while ago with us before on the Safira Pakistan team.
I did do some anchoring work for Safir Pakistan when the show was first starting, and I love this show. I love Safir Pakistan, and I make sure I watch it all the time, so it's good that it's on Dish Network and going all over America and really all over the world. I'm excited to be running for office. I ran for State House in Colorado as a Republican for the Colorado State House in 2008. I was running in a very Democratic district. We got a lot of support. I was recruited by the Republican Party to run in that district. We got a lot of support. We almost won it. Right now, there's a lot of Republicans now who are contributing to me, who are encouraging me now to run for Colorado State Treasurer, which I am running for now. We've done our polling. We've done our own internal polling in the campaign, and we are leading the race. We are the front runner as of right now, which is terrific. Like you were saying, we've got Newt Gingrich on our side. The minority leader of the Republican Party in Colorado, Mike May, which is a great pickup for us, Grover Norquist. We have an excellent chance of winning the seat. And I'm very proud because I am a Muslim. I also have a Pakistani background. I would be the first Muslim in all of America to ever win a statewide office. And normally the treasurer in Colorado oftentimes goes on and to a higher position, becomes a governor, becomes a congressman. So I'm excited about it, but I definitely want to do a good job as treasurer.
And I understand you're going to be facing a pretty tough three-way primary. I guess currently with the polling updates, it's showing that you're in recognition for about 60%. Can
Yes.
you elaborate on that a little bit?
We do have a very difficult three-way primary. There's two other GOP opponents. They're good guys, but I think we have the best campaign. They also do have a lot of funding, so they will have support. It'll be a tough primary, but our name ID right now is higher than any other candidate in the race in Colorado. Right now, 60% of Colorado knows the Ali Hasan name, which is pretty exciting. And there were a lot of consultants who told me that being Muslim with a name like Hasan, that we won't have a good chance of winning. When we did our polling, though, we've done a lot of ads. 60% of Colorado knows me, and the majority have a very good opinion of me. So we're in just terrific shape. This idea that there's racism against Muslims or that we shouldn't be proud of being Muslims, that's not true at all. I'm very proud of being Muslim. I'm proud of my Pakistani background. I don't hide that when I get to the camera. I've made all of Colorado aware of it, and we're being rewarded because people like it. A lot of people say if you're a Pakistani or if you're a Pakistani American or if you're a Muslim, you should hide that. You should never hide that. You shouldn't change your name. You shouldn't hide it. Because one thing I can confirm to you, I've already ran for office once before in 2008, and I almost won in a district that a lot of people said being Muslim wouldn't fly. But the majority of the Republicans voted for me. And they voted for me because I wasn't pulling wool over their eyes. So if you're a Muslim or a Pakistani and American and you want to run for office, don't hide that you're Muslim. Don't hide that you're Pakistani. Be very proud of it. And have a discussion with people about it, because America is not a racist country. We're a country that wants to promote people of different color and different faith and put them in positions, because the more diverse our group of politicians are, the better thought, the better ideas that come from that. The second piece of advice I would give is if you want to run for office, then definitely run. I would say start out small. I ran for State House. I learned a tremendous amount of lessons running for State House. Had I not ran for State House, I made a lot of mistakes when I ran for State House. And had I not learned from those mistakes, I won't be in a position right now to run for State Treasurer. So when you run for something like State House or State Senate or even school board or city council, it forces you to amass a group of people who support you, a group of people who contribute to you. And whether you win or lose, you get to take that group of people who like you and who've contributed to you and that community that has voted for you, and you get to take that to the next office, or you get to run again, and hopefully you win the first time you get out. So it's very easy to run for office. I encourage people, don't be embarrassed of who you are. If you're embarrassed of who you are and you hide that you're Muslim and you hide that you have a Pakistani background, you shouldn't be running for office, because people should vote for you because of the man or woman who you are. And then from there, start out small, amass a good group of contributors, and you never know. If you do a good job, you're just going to keep going up the ladder, just like any other American.
Our president's middle name is Hussein, and your name is Hassan. It's so close, it's hard to even distinguish why people would even think about being racist towards that.
You're exactly right. And I guess Barack Obama was a Democrat, so he had to go through a Democrat primary. Now I'm going through a Republican primary. So I guess some people would say it's a different ballgame when you've got Republican versus Democrat primary. But you're exactly right. We aren't in a racist country. And it also helps that there's the two guys running against me are white guys because it divides. If there is a vote that's racist, it divides it. But there's really not that much of a racist element. You know, with America, I love our country. I love America. I was born and raised here. I deeply love America, and with American people here, as long as you're honest up front, people reward that.
Yeah.
And I think it's why other politicians suffered. When Barack Obama wasn't being honest about his background, that's when he suffered most.
Oh, definitely, definitely. So also, I understand, you know, you got most of this race underway, and I guess it's kind of comes to a fundraiser. I guess, did you want to speak a little bit about that? I guess you needed to raise a little bit of funds to get this campaign going.
We definitely want support from the community, and I'd be very proud to have the support. I personally, I'm putting in a lot of my own capital. We've raised a lot of money in Colorado, which I'm very proud about, but I would love to have the support of the American Muslim community and the Pakistani community. If you go to our website, it's Hasan2010.com, Hasan 2010.com. I'm one of the few Hassans with just one S in the name, so it's Hasan 2010. You can contribute at our website. The maximum contribution is around $1,000 per person. So if every Pakistani and Muslim here in America would consider that contribution, I would deeply appreciate it. We can definitely win this race, and this would be I'd be the first Muslim to win statewide office in America. And just so your viewers know, anyone who contributes gets a personal phone call from me, gets personal interaction. This is an investment in a campaign. So if you contribute to me, I'm definitely going to be talking to you and getting your ideas. It's an investment, and I want as many contributions as we can get. I'm very proud of this for our community.
And I mean, of course, everybody knows the campaign is very expensive to run. It looks right here like you need about $500,000. How much are you really projecting to fundraise, at least?
Well, we're going to be raising, I'm pretty sure, close to around $100,000 within Colorado, $100,000 to $200,000. I think it's probably going to take around $400,000 to win. Okay. So as much as we can get, the better. They've already started some anti-Muslim attacks. One of my opponents has sent an email, not one of my opponents, but an organization representing my opponent has sent an email calling me a jihadist, trying to say that I support terrorism. So the reason we need the money is to counteract those attacks. It takes the money to put the ads on saying, no, I think everybody can see I'm not a terrorist. So it's going to take those TV ads to prove that, which will help.
Definitely. So why don't you explain a few of the topics that you're tackling currently in Colorado?
The most important thing the state treasurer in Colorado does, and really this is what every state treasurer in most states do, the treasurer takes the money collected by the state and sometimes other different portfolios and invests money. Okay. That's usually what state treasurers do. So in Colorado, we have around $6.3 billion that we just invest. And the bigger yield you get on that money, the less taxes people are going to pay within the state. So you want a treasurer who's good at investing. Right now, the majority of our investment portfolio, around $3.4 billion, is with companies that have received or requested federal bailouts. So, and this includes around $2.5 billion with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So 1/3 of Colorado's investment money is with subprime mortgage lenders like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So my goal, I have two goals. Number one, I want to completely divest from these, I call them Washington losers. They give you very little return on your money, and they constantly need bailouts. And we shouldn't be propagating these companies. These are failed companies. These are the biggest enemies of capitalism today. And the second thing I want to do is invest back in Colorado. We have to create local jobs. And we can do that easily by taking that money and investing it in local entities in Colorado all over the state. And there's a lot of local entities out there right now. There's a long list of them you can find at my website that are offering excellent gains on your money, as well as offering a AA, AA2 rating. And it would create local jobs all over Colorado. So our campaign message is divest from these Washington losers, invest in the Colorado winners.
What's your opinion on some of Obama's current statements about the new HAFA guidelines for real estate foreclosure and all that? I don't know if you got to look over any of that.
I like that Obama's very nice to Muslim countries. I think that's important. I don't think Obama's good for business. So I do respect and admire President Obama very much. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe his guidelines on real estate and foreclosure have not been very good for business.
Yeah, they're very high rated, too much. He's giving away too much money, and I don't know if it's going to really spark. I just wanted to see your opinion, and it's good to know. It's good to know
well,
that there's someone out there actually.
And the main thing is government needs to get out of the way of business. That's the problem. And the problem with our U.S. government today is we're not getting out of the way of business. We're putting up too much bureaucracy for businessmen and women. And then on top of it, we're giving trillions to the worst offenders, to Citigroup, to Goldman Sachs, to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. These are the businessmen